combat sport, to be fought over 3 5-minute rounds under professional mixed martial arts rules in the Bantamweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, he enters the cage with a professional mixed martial arts record of 1 defeat. Representing Fora Martial Arts, ladies and gentlemen, Camillo Petkoff! And his opponent, standing across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, tonight making his professional debut, representing London Shoot Fighters. Please welcome Farid Basharat.
Bantamweight fight up next. Camillo Petkoff from Fora Martial Arts versus Farid Basharat. And Camillo in the blue corner and Farid in the red corner. Basharat come from the London Shoot Fighters gym. And Farid, really exciting and explosive. Next generation of fighters. Every time he shows up, he's got some new skill sets. So it'd be exciting to see what he pulls out the bag this time.
Yeah, Fora Martial Arts, I know the coach over there, he actually competed in a no-gi tournament I put on. Very good all-round martial artist, Mr. Fora. Excellent Muay Thai, black belt jiu-jitsu. So, although I've not seen anyone out of his camp before, I'd expect Petkoff to be extremely well-rounded.
Basharat, very gifted and talented. He started out actually in Taekwondo, but has really evolved in all aspects of MMA. Using the knee there as a fake. Coming up stairs to land some shots there on Camillo.
Nice little short left hand there from Basharat. Beautiful takedown. Going for the heel hook.
Basharat's got to strip the legs in this position and get that heel out of danger. Looks like he's going to slip that leg through. He's going to stay heavy on top, look to pass the guard with the knee slice, control the head. Beautiful work, straight into side control.
Yeah, fantastic job of just clearing that knee line that you hear so often on vogue at the moment in the no-gi scene. But cleared that knee perfectly well. And now in top half guard of Petkoff is Basharat.
In the top position, he likes the Darce choke. So watch out for that one in this position here. Basharat staying very heavy now, hips down, and he's controlling the face with his shoulder. So working to keep Camillo flat backed on the mat there. Camillo in turn needs to turn just like that, move his hips, turn into his opponent. And work the underhooks here. He's going to try and invert, look for a leg lock.
Wow, some tricky leg lock entries here. Going for the inside heel hook. Basharat desperately trying to clear that knee we spoke about earlier. Does well to do it. Oh, and he hasn't cleared the knee.
He's doing a good job here of trying to get out. It's called the sprinter escape, but you need to put your foot on the rear end of your opponent to force your leg out of that position. I love the way he used the hammer fist, however, to land that big shot to further distract Petkoff. But Petkoff, again, very savvy with his leg lock game.
Yeah, falling underneath in that old school kind of rolling knee bar then. But he's given Farid a lot to think about doing there, hasn't he? He knows he can't relax in any position because, as we all know, for those watching at home, heel hook's one of the most devastating submissions in jiu-jitsu.
Basharat staying calm here in the top position. Very heavy with the top half of his body. He's able just to shut. You see when he brings his legs up like that, one to the hip, one to the head, he wants to shut off the movement and stop the knee, the left knee coming in from Petkoff. As you can see there, Petkoff again looking for the leg.
Wow. Yeah, I've not seen many people go underneath side control like this. I mean, you'll get a lot of grapplers. It's obviously extremely risky in MMA, but they'll often go in from a mounted position. But Petkoff even using side control underneath to go in for the headlock. Basharat looking for the neck, nothing doing.
Basharat's known to skip to the back in the standing position, so he favors that. But he's unable to get it just then. Some nice outside footwork here. Oi, looking for the switch knee. Just missed the mark though.
Nice right hand counter.
And we see that from Basharat. When he uses lateral movement like that, he's trying to set up some unorthodox, crazy kicks and knees that come from different angles.
Some swelling underneath the right eye of Petkoff now.
Basharat looking to show that back leg. Nice rear kick there from Petkoff. Basharat now looking for the high kick. And again, this is where Basharat explodes forward with a crazy technique when he starts to work that elusive footwork in a circular motion. You really got to watch out for what comes next. Petkoff trying to capitalize on the miss there, but Basharat very, very fast. And it's kind of one of his attributes, being really lean for this weight. Just maintains that speed, but still has the power when he delivers the strikes.
Interesting first round. And Dean, we speak about it in the amateur scene as well. I mean, we're looking at an 0-1 pro versus a debut pro here. And the level's just through the roof, you know. The striking, unorthodox footwork and in and out movement from Basharat, and Petkoff threatening with leg entries from all sorts of positions. Just such high level stuff. And again, credit to FIGHTSTAR, and it's great to come down here in London and see the emerging scene, you know. FIGHTSTAR haven't been doing shows in London for too long, but so much talent's getting unearthed here in terms of the Amis and the pros. And these two look another set, especially in the bantamweight weight class. As we mentioned before, there is definitely less fighters as you go to the two extremes of the weight classes, you know, light heavy and above, and bantamweight and below. And these two, again, two solid looking prospects. Going to be very interesting to see what Petkoff's corner team there, what advice they've given him, because he doesn't really want to get into a pattern of chasing Basharat, I don't think, because he's a very difficult, slippery customer to get hold of, isn't he, Dean?
That eye starting to swell up there on the right side, as you noticed there, Dave. I'd like to see Basharat try and target that, so start closing that eye and cause some, beautiful body kick, and cause some kind of disruption in the vision, and then he can open up with the strikes to that right side of the face there of Petkoff. But beautiful. Nice level change, looking for the single. Drags him down to the mat. So he's very heavy on the top of the leg with his chest.
Yeah, great takedown. I don't think Petkoff will be too disappointed with that, though. You know, he's shown threat off his back. I think Basharat's definitely got a speed advantage on the feet. And Petkoff has shown he can threaten from underneath, so I don't think he'll be devastated to be there at the moment.
Petkoff's got some great positional awareness on the with his balance and with regards to being on the ground. He's so aware where he is, and that kind of enables him to have a very tight armbar off his back, but Basharat not letting him establish that and immediately passes to half guard.
Yeah, good shoulder pressure here from Basharat on top, just flatten his man out, making that half guard ineffective, keeping his back flat to the floor.
Basharat might look heavy on the head and then skip his right leg back, use the instep, the top of his foot on the left leg of Petkoff, and lever that out to go to the full mounted position here. He wants to get his leg out of that position. That's why Petkoff's holding on to that. Basharat on top now. Needs to mix in the strikes here. There we go. There's the elbows. Beautiful work. Used to work the hammer fists, elbows under this pro rule set. And this is Basharat's beautiful. This is Basharat's first pro fight here, David. So, I mean, he's certainly worked this in the gym, but it's different to kind of test it when you're under fire like that.
Yes, certainly, and from Petkoff's point of view as well, as he's got that butterfly hook in there, might look to elevate and get underneath for a leg lock entry here if he can.
This is what you'll see a lot from the London shoot guys. They're just so dominant on top, such great balance, and able just to keep you down on the ground where they want you and work strikes.
We saw it in a fight earlier on in the night. not much need to pass half here. I mean, if you're in Basharat's position, as I say that, Petkoff going under, looking for the leg again, looking to stretch his man out. Elevator style sweep maybe, gives it up. But yeah, you know, there doesn't need to be a massive rush to pass guard here. He can chip away, stay heavy, because you bet your bottom dollar if he does give a bit of a gap, Petkoff is going to try and go underneath for the legs again.
Yeah, well, that right side of Petkoff's face is open to that right elbow if Basharat drops it down. So it's favourable. Oh, beautiful knee to the body. It's favourable to stay in that position, as you alluded to there. And also, he doesn't want to give Petkoff kind of the space to invert, look for the arm bars or the leg locks, as we're seeing here.
Yeah, he's certainly a slippery customer off his back, going for the leg again.
Switches straight to the leg lock, straight from the arm bar, looking to talk that hill. Basharat spinning out of that position, out of danger. Beautiful work from Basharat, just able to sense when he's in danger and know when to explode and pull his leg out of that position.
Yeah, one thing's for sure, there's going to be plenty of leg lockers down at London Shoot Fighters. A name that springs to mind immediately is one of the coaches, I believe, down there, Pavel Dorofty, who's a very good Sambo leg locker, been around the scene for a long time. He's got some amazing heel hook victories. I saw him hit a standing heel hook on UFC's Danny Roberts years and years and years ago. So leg locks is not going to be, excuse me, something new for London Shoot Fighters guys, you know. Certainly not a case of following fashion for them. I'm sure they've been doing them for a long, long time, which is shown by how grounded Basharat's defense has been so far.
Basharat working tight, heavy with the hips. And he does a great job of following the angles. At this point in time, Petkoff needs to create angles to work arm bars, to work triangles. And Basharat doing a great job of following the hips, so he's always square against his opponent's hips there.
Yeah, some solid fundamental work on top here from Farid Basharat.
It looks like we're going to get a stand-up here. I mean, they were certainly working there, but you could argue it was kind of a stalemate with regards to Petkoff doing a great job of holding the arms to stop the pounding punches and elbows coming down from the top. But Basharat again with the fancy footwork at the end of that round.
Yeah, looking at Petkoff's face going back to his corner, looks a little frustrated there, which he's gonna be. Wasn't able to really threaten, although he didn't take a huge amount of damage off his back, he wasn't able to threaten with subs. And then on the feet, he just can't seem to get hold of the timing and the footwork of Basharat. He's just too quick and too slick for him at the moment. And Basharat doesn't look in any danger in the feet and is able to score, not massively, you know, he's not hitting Petkoff with loads of shots, but he's ticking over, he's taking these rounds, he's doing what needs to be done. When he has had good success, he's hit a couple of body kicks. But from Petkoff's point of view, I think frustration is starting to creep in now. That being said, he's looking for two things at the moment that I've seen. He's looking for big looping hooks and heel hooks. Either can finish a fight straight away, so he's still a dangerous guy to be in there with. You know, there's no doubt he's got finishing power on the feet and on the floor. So Basharat's got to watch his P's and Q's.
And we can see that Petkoff's corner were giving him instructions to dig the underhooks and hike Basharat back up in that clinch position and see if he can implore that. They almost certainly want to try and keep Basharat up and still in front of him so he can land these heavy punches. And Petkoff's known for the power in the looping punches there, as he eats the left hand in the interim. Turning back kick there from Basharat, looking for the stomach but didn't find it. Fast hands from Petkoff.
Still no one at home though. Basharat's movement is so good. So light on his feet, you can see now. Beautiful little inside elbow, I think that was then, but Petkoff gets his back, rolls for this heel hook again. He's deep on the leg there. Beautiful work from Basharat. Running man escape, and you mentioned that foot in the posterior, shall we say, earlier on, and he used that to a T then. Just able to push off, clear the knee line, and even better, ends up on top in the scramble. So fantastic work from Basharat. For people at home that maybe aren't so savvy with jiu-jitsu or leg locks, you know, that's a massive, massive amount of danger. You know, more dangerous than any choke or nearly any other joint lock. You know, your knee is in danger, your ACL is in danger. It's a I can't even think of the word I'm going to say there. Debilitating, is that a real word? Yeah, we'll go with it. But anyway, it's a terrible injury, you know, and that is why Basharat can't hang around. The escape has to be on point because you're going to damage your ACL, you're going to damage your knee, and you're talking months or years out. It's not an injury you can get over quickly. And that defense that he's employed on 4 or 5 occasions now, absolutely textbook. That being said, Dean, we have to say, as Petkoff goes underneath for the legs again, it only takes one to finish it. It's like a knockout punch.
Petkoff working the legs up there. He wants to get both his legs and trap the leg of Basharat. Much like an armbar, you have to control the limb. And 2-on-1 is always better in that situation. But again, we could talk about the sweat factor in this fight here. It could be easier for Basharat to pull that leg out of that position. There's not a lot of friction here in this 3rd round.
I'd like to see Basharat get a little more busy on the feet. He's very, very comfortable there. But in this interim period, you know, and obviously this is his pro debut. He's being very careful. Oh, beautiful right hand there.
I think Basharat, he's just aware of kind of the looping punches that Petkoff throws.
Yeah,
and they come from funny angles, so you have to make sure that you time when you come in. Yeah, you have to be very careful because the worst thing would be to be up in this fight in the 3rd round and then get caught later on. So
yeah, you're quite right. Petkoff going for the neck here, nothing doing, I doubt, from half guard.
Yeah,
very difficult to finish it from here. I have seen it, but against a guy like Basharat, I'd be very surprised. He moves to side with it.
Basharat now working on top, and I love the way he goes immediately to control the head. Very strong dominant pressure, nice knee for good measure to the body.
Yeah, once somebody grabs your head in half guard, it's next to useless. Once you're flattened out on your back, I mean, you can't even really call it half guard anymore. It's a separate position itself. It's not a good place to be. You've got all the pressure going into your neck and your head. You can't elevate the guy, which is why Petkoff's now looking for a bit of lockdown, sort of Eddie Bravo style guard here to just try and get some space and get Basharat off him. Basharat again getting warned by ref Sam Amidi, but you know, they are working through positions here. This is a very technical fight. Both fighters very high level.
Yeah, nice stand-up by Petkoff. You could just see the level of these two fighters. They know when to explode out to change the direction of the fight. Head kicks just missing their mark here from Basharat. And it's just the respect of the striking game he has for Petkoff. You can see the looping punches that they've got power in him. If they land, he could go down, so he's got to be very careful about managing the distance and just simply not being there to eat those shots.
Yeah, I think I was a bit harsh when I was saying I want to see more from him on the feet because, you know, this is a sport and he's doing a brilliant job. You know, he's in there to win and he's certainly winning this fight at the moment in these ranges. Again, a lovely little, just almost drags his man to the floor and beautifully moves into mount now. Be interested to see if Petkoff tries to elevate and reap the leg here.
Basharat dragged him away from the cage. They didn't want Petkoff to cage walk and use that to give him kind of added pressure to buck out and ooper out of that position and move the hips. And I mean, you could argue that this is a textbook performance here from somebody who's dangerous off their back with the leg locks and who's dangerous with the unorthodox looping punches. So and he's done a perfect job here to catch the win. And the first pro fight, he almost certainly doesn't want to blemish his record. So he's done a great job here, and I'd say that Basharat has taken this one.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, it's a near flawless performance. And I tell you what, credit to Petkoff as well. Somebody's going to bump into him at 0-2. You know, he's going to get matched easily. Somebody's going to think he's lost his opening 2 pro fights, but he's got a lot of skill as well, you know. He's very dangerous off his back and looks to have good striking. Unfortunately for him, he just didn't have the movement to catch up with Basharat.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. With a unanimous decision, your winner in the red corner, Farid Basharat. And let's hear it for his opponent, Camillo Petkoff.